So now, Mr. Arjun, can you read or narrate a few lines from your book, which will make a must read for our listeners?
I have set this novel in the year 2025, wherein I hope that there will be much more awareness and acceptance about depression. I hope that there comes a day wherein we can openly talk about our mental health issues without the fear of being ridiculed, looked down upon, or sidelined. There is a common misconception that people suffering from depression are mentally weak. This is not true. Depression does not discriminate. It can affect you regardless of your age, wealth, or popularity. Some of the strongest men and women in the world have suffered from depression, one of whom is legendary American President Abraham Lincoln, who was known for having debilitating bouts of the disease, which in those days was called melancholy.
Welcome back to SYWK podcast, where no topic is off limits. Have you checked out my previous episode where I spoke to the author of India's first zombie novel called Dead People's Town? If you haven't heard it yet, please do. The link will be in my description. And also, if you enjoy my episodes, requesting you to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It will really help me grow and get such amazing content. So now coming back for today's episode, if you know, cricket season is back. I mean IPL. This is one of the best times in the year for any cricket fan. I enjoy watching cricket. It's so much of fun watching all the players from different countries playing together. They have such an amazing lifestyle. But do you know, even after having a successful career, the players go through bad mental health issues and even face depression? That's why for today's episode, I have invited a guest who is an author, and he has written a book called Captain Caduce, which is all about mental health and cricket. It's a story of a player's cricketing journey and how we tackle mental health issues. The author and my guest is none other than Mr. Arjun Hemde. So in today's episode, we will be talking about Mr. Arjun's book and also why men's mental health issue is important. This is going to be a deep conversation, and at the end of the episode, even I have shared my personal issues. You guys will surely learn something from our conversation. And also, if you'd like to read Mr. Arjun's book, which is Captain Caduce, it's available on Amazon. Click the link in the description and get your copy right now. So sit back, put on your headphones, and enjoy our conversation. Today we are going to talk about your book, Captain Caduce, and it's all about cricket and it's all about mental health. So before we start and before we talk about your book, if you can introduce yourself to our listeners and if you can tell us how is your writing journey being so far?
Yeah, so my journey of writing started during my school days, rather unsuccessfully actually. I would write articles and not send it to the school magazine editor for getting it published in the school magazine. But for some reason, the editor would come back and say that it would not meet the standard. So that kind of had me thinking, okay, no, maybe I'm good at this, maybe I'm not good at this. And in 2000, around 2011, I got the idea for Captain Caduce.
Ah, okay.
So this is how it. I was playing a game on the computer called EA Cricket. EA Cricket 2007. I think your smile shows that I think you kind of have fond memories regarding that.
Yes. Even I used to play that game.
I spent a lot of hours on that game, a lot of strategies and everything. So one thing that I realized was while playing the game, I would obviously pick the Indian team to play, and then there was a lack of an all-rounder in the side. In that particular side, that there was no all-rounder, and I always liked fast bowling all-rounders. So I created one character. So I created a custom player. You could do that in the game.
Yeah.
And so I gave it a name, and I said that okay, this guy's going to be the captain of the side, and that's how the journey of Captain Caduce actually started.
It's quite interesting when you were playing a game and you created a character from there, and that is how the character is inspired. So since your book is all about cricket, can you tell me something more about your book, which will make a must read for our listeners?
Well, there are a few things about my book which are quite unique actually. I personally believe that this is the first of a kind sports fiction, cricket fiction novel which has been written at least in India. I'm not aware of in other countries, but at least in India, where the focus of the action is on the game. I've actually shown matches in the book. I've shown interactions. I've shown fights. I've shown sledging. I've shown a lot of the interactions which happen on the field between the coach, between the players, everything like that. So I was not aware of any book which showed action the way that it was shown in this book before writing it. So before writing it also, I was kind of skeptical. Even for a long time, I was pretty skeptical, whether people would pick it up or not. But I think kudos to Suhail for pitching it very well, Suhail Mathur for pitching it well, and also for my publishers, Appreciate Books, to have accepted what I still maintain is a very like a potentially risky idea. Writing about cricket and mental health in the same sentence in India is a bit of a I mean, I'd not heard of it before, at least. Yeah. Kind of like a taboo, actually.
Yeah.
It was my dream to write something, write something different. I always knew from a young age that I would do something different, I guess, in life. And this is something which, was a bit different. Yeah.
That's a quite interesting journey on how you wrote your book. The overall, the story about your book is about a player and about mental health. So how does mental health and how does cricket come into one book or into one sentence? If you can elaborate and explain more on this.
Yeah. See, cricket and mental health has always been spoken of in the same sentence, especially England cricketers. There have been certain cricketers who have spoken about their issues with mental health, like Andrew Flintoff around that same time, and Glenn Maxwell came out about his struggle with depression in October 2019. So it's not like cricket and mental health has not been spoken about. It's not been spoken about in India, maybe.
Yeah.
Now that is one thing, and I thought about the backstory of having mental health and depression in the story. This is even before I thought that this could actually become something. When I first got the idea, I didn't think that I'd ever write a book also. So just some daydreaming that used to go on in my head. So I thought that even if you daydream, you should daydream properly. So I kind of thought of having an idea which I understood, which was close to my heart, and which was a real issue. I didn't want to write about any physical issues because they have been written about in sports biographies and everything like that. But mental health is something which is depression is very prevalent in India. I personally believe that, especially in the last 1 year, people have realized it. That it's not a laughing matter, but still people like to make jokes about it and everything. But it's mental health is not a laughing matter at all. And it's a very, very serious thing.
Yeah, and especially men's mental health is very important in today's generation because no one talks about men, and their problems because they say that they are tough. We have to be tough and we have to be brave and fight. But everyone forgets that, even we go through a lot of problems. Even we have to be taken care of, physically and mentally. So it is a very interesting idea of bringing cricket and this mental health issues together and writing a book on. So now, is there a name in the
just a moment. I mean, here I'd just like to make one point. You just mentioned toughness.
Yeah.
You mentioned toughness. I think toughness is not the absence of weakness. Not the absence of vulnerability. I think that's very, very important to realize for us as human beings, I think, and as men also. Because one can have weakness, but if one overcomes that makes a person a tough person, in my opinion. Absence of weakness is not tough. That guy has it already made.
Yeah, correct.
That guy has it already made. That's why on a superhero kind of thing, I look at Batman. I have much more respect for Batman than probably for Superman, because Superman has got a few gifts, which he has. Batman has overcome those things and he's become the iconic character that, of course, it's fictional, but still.
Yeah. It makes sense. Very well said. So now, what is the name of the character in the book? Like, what is the cricketer's name?
So it's a totally original fictional character. The name of the character is Suraj Bhatkal. He's a Mumbai-based cricketer, and Mumbai-based cricketers have got a reputation of being called Khadus. In Mumbai cricketing circles, Khadus means actually very tough and very determined cricketers who, see, in Mumbai cricket in the past was like Mumbai was the of cricket for very, very many years. So even in the Indian cricket team, there was a time where half the cricketers were from Mumbai, half of the team was from Mumbai. And to get into the Mumbai side itself was a very, very big challenge. And if you scored have listened to interviews of many cricketers, ex-Mumbai cricketers also, and they said that, scoring a 50-60 will get you nowhere. Even scoring 100 at sometimes will get you nowhere. You have to score double and triple centuries, and only then people will start thinking, okay, you know what, maybe this guy has something.
Yeah.
So this is the kind of, and Mumbai is of course, all cities are tough, but I think Mumbai has that extra bit of toughness and fearlessness, which I think,
Yeah, more
you know,
pressure is there in Mumbai as
yeah.
compared to.
And I think Mumbai people also, we are lovable. I think we are lovable people, but we are a bit tough and a bit khadus, if I may say so.
Yeah, correct. So now, since we are talking about mental health and we are talking about your book, can you elaborate and can you tell me what are the importance and why mental health is more important for us, to talk about in at least today's generation?
See, I mean, I think there is this thing that this is a stereotype. I don't think anybody really thinks that it's true, but that मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता is said, right? But that's I don't think that's very true.
Yeah,
I
hota
think
hai.
men, I mean, मुझे तो होता है. I don't know about anybody else. मुझे तो होता है.
Yeah, मुझे भी होता है.
Both physical and emotionally also.
Yeah. We are humans at the end.
Humans, yeah. So I think we this kind of thing that not having weakness, and this is just something which I think is a problem, and we have to address it. And men face issues, and because they don't really know who to talk to, I think that is where the issue really comes, especially with men. And the thing is that if you show weakness, you're looked upon as a weak person, which is very wrong actually.
Yeah.
And men cry. I mean, crying is a very normal
It's a
thing.
normal
Another
thing, yeah.
stereotype which is there, that which meant that men don't cry, and that if men cry, it's not looked upon very well.
Yeah.
Of course, where I think it's very important. Crying is kind of a release. I don't cry that much, but whenever I do, I feel better after I cry. But these are
Correct.
things which it's a very normal thing. And we should normalize the kind of conversations around mental health. But I don't. I probably am being a little pessimistic, but I don't see it happening very soon. At least it's going to take. It's a long journey ahead of us.
Yeah, it will take some time
Very, very long journey.
because at least in India, what has spoiled the mindset of everyone is the movies. Because if you see any Bollywood movie, they have picturized the male character, the hero character, to be very strong. He does not cry. He takes care of everyone, but they don't show what goes behind his head, or what when he's sad. They don't show all that. And I would just like to add another point is that I'm talking from my point of view, is that I do cry, if I'm going through any problems, and if I'm just in general, if I have any problems in my life, I cry. And a lot of times, when I was growing up, they said that you are a guy, you are going to become a man, you cannot cry, you have to act strong, you have to act tough. But I feel this is wrong, because if you cry, you'll become stronger, because you're letting that pain out. And then once you come out of that pain, you become more strong and tough to fight the next challenge in your life.
Yeah.
So this is my point of view. And yeah, you can go ahead.
And also one more thing, I think fear. I think experiencing fear is looked down upon, I think, and facing failure is also looked down upon in our country. I think that is something which should change. I think one thing which really comes to my mind is a comment which Shoaib Akhtar had made during the launch of his book. Shoaib Akhtar had written one book, and of course, when foreign cricketers will write a book, they'll make some controversial statements about India, so that people they get eyeballs and everything. People can read. Yeah. So he had written one statement that Sachin was scared when I was bowling, and everybody Sachin Tendulkar was scared, and everybody got up and saying, "How can Sachin get scared? How can this? How can he that?" But to me, I felt okay. To me, Sachin is a great player, but he's also a human being at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, correct.
I think he faced the same emotions which we all go through. What that increased the respect that I had for Sachin in my mind was that he was scared. But that didn't stop him from smashing Shoaib Akhtar all over the park.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. This is how I look at it.
Maybe he was just scared for 1 over. Uske baad, the second, third over, he must have hit him for a 6.
I mean, the thing that his fear didn't stop him from achieving what he did, that is to me a bigger positive than him being actually scared.
Hmm.
That this is how I personally look at it.
Hmm. Yeah, and they say, if you face your fear, then only you can overcome it. So everyone will be scared, but all it matters is that you face it, you stand there like Sachin, wait for one delivery and hit a six, and then everyone's mouth will
Yes.
be shut. Would you like to say anything more about your book or more about mental health?
So I think it's self-awareness is very important. I think
Hmm. Hmm.
knowing what one's normal routines are like, knowing what one's normal moods are like.
Hmm.
I think a lot of times what happens is that when one gets depressed, the person suffering does not realize it.
Hmm.
People around them tell them that there's something is not right with you.
Hmm.
So I think that knowing one's own daily motions and everything, that is very very important. And again, I think a lot of people say this, that I fought depression, I did this, I fought it, I beat it back. And I think depression is not fought, depression is managed, I think.
Hmm.
It's like having some other disease in your body, and how you manage that.
Hmm.
You see, you're going to beat it once, but it's going to come back with a vengeance again. And the
Hmm.
second time it comes back, we are going to feel as helpless as we were the first time, because it's what depression does to a person.
Hmm.
But even then, if things don't work out, I think it's fine. I mean, everything doesn't always work out. Things do take
Hmm.
a wrong turn sometimes. It's not a failure if anybody.
Hmm. But since you said you need to have routines and you need
Yes,
to uh, in short, you need to keep yourself busy and active
yes,
doing a lot of
yes,
things. It will eventually help you because for example, you fought depression now and maybe after a couple of months it came back again.
I managed it.
Sorry.
Managed it.
You
Managed
managed.
depression.
You managed. For example, yeah, you manage depression,
Yes,
and then after a
yes,
couple of months, it comes back again. But if you follow a routine and if you follow a
yes.
healthy lifestyle and you try to be positive in life, even if it comes back, you will have the strength. You'll have a little bit more energy to fight it. You can say, or to
I
manage
think
it.
I think here again, one thing which is important is that
Hmm.
even when one is actually depressed,
Hmm.
I can say this because I've had depression a few times in my life, and
Hmm.
it's okay with it. I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
So what happens is that one goes through a few times of extreme, it's just major depressive episodes.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is something, when that is a time when things look very bleak, when things look very very difficult. In
Hmm.
those times, it is important to realize that one is going through that phase and not take any life altering decisions in that time. I
Yeah.
think that is very important,
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Correct. That makes
because such
sense.
such things are, unfortunately, they may keep on happening with us.
Hmm.
Or if it may not happen for 2 years, but it may come back after that time. But this is very very important, that we should not take any life altering decisions during that depressive phase.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. And what see, have as you said, in fact, everyone goes through depression. Even I have gone through a couple of times. And what I do is that I talk to a friend, and
Yeah.
maybe my best friend is my wife, so I sit and talk to her. So maybe it helps me because a lot of people
Mm.
who face depression, they never tell anyone
Yeah.
that I'm
That's
feeling
true.
sad or something is happening with me in my life. They never speak up, they never tell. Because to tell you a fact, last week only, I'm working, and in my workplace there is a lot of tension going on right now. And I was not facing depression, but I was just sad, a little bit upset and
Yeah.
sad. And I spoke to my wife, and it helped me. So what I suggest and what I tell everyone is that speak to someone, speak to a friend, speak to anyone who will listen to you. Don't go and speak
Yeah.
to a stranger or something, or don't go
Yes. Yeah.
and speak to anyone that who's just listening. Speak to someone who can listen
Mm.
and understand and you know uh, support you during that phase. So this is
Yes.
how
That's very very important.
I face and I solve my problems. I hope if someone is listening to this and who tries to read your book can learn more about mental health and more about in general about mental health. It will
In
help.
general, yes,
Yeah.
because I'm not a mental health professional, so
Yes. Yes.
I'm not a mental health professional. So this is just my experience, which I've
Yeah.
like totally non-medical opinion, which I've
Yeah.
come across.
It will help someone. It will help someone, and whoever loves reading, go check Mr. Arjun's book. I will leave all the details in my description. So thank you once again, for coming on my show and talking about your book. It was a fun conversation, and whenever you're doing your next book, please contact me. We will do another episode. Well, thank you for listening, and see you next week.